in making the slides that they're German again, which isn't a big problem because I think that's actually valuable. Like this, like it has some reason why I did that. I believe subconscious, which I will explain my views on in a third video. Like there will be a second one, and then there will be a third video, and then a fourth one, and in this I'll explain some views of mine that I think are basic to better know how I think and how I view certain things as in certain ideas and knowledge and actions and severing consequences. So what we have is truth values, right? This is a fundamental construct. This is what this is about. It's Wahrheitswert. That's what truth value means. And today I want to discuss geo knowledge on 7 seconds, which is just a title, meaning the knowledge that is geo knowledge regarding in 7 seconds, which 7 seconds is a metaphor, also truth, but also metaphor. We'll get to that later. So, what is geo knowledge? Geowissen. Knowledge is eine Idee, die which is provable and useful. Useful, not really. That's how truth values develop, in a sense, in my mind. But it's also usable. So if you have something that is provable, you can use it. It's not necessarily useful, but it's use. It has its use and is usable. Then you have knowledge. And geo, in this case, just means something that is ultimate, like global, in the idea that you have a fact, and that's causing a structure of perspective in a sense that it skews perspective to a degree. And for that, geo knowledge is such kind of knowledge which recognizes the point, the worth, the value, the Stellenwert, which means something like this has some value in the system of truth values. And that accumulates to perspective, to worldview. So, meaning if you have geo knowledge, you have knowledge of such kind which proves your point of position to the perspective accumulating to what you view as the whole ideas and perspective again of the world, the Weltsicht, or better said Sicht, the worldview. So how can you use this? Using this means you can utilize it for your own interest of such that the nature doesn't change the knowledge. This is really important. You can change knowledge in knowledge. It's something that I think is not present in philosophy yet. I don't know. Of course, knowledge can be, like in philosophy right now, built upon, and you can change the ideas of knowledge and the knowledge, therefore, but not the knowledge itself. And that's what I think is wrong. You can change knowledge. But that's not the point here. The problem is exactly that. That's not the point. Knowledge has its own character. It has its own characteristics, its own kind of flaws and failures and signs and so forth. And the evolution is over time. And time is over neva, to neva, se neva, which means over the recovered, or better said, rebuilding nature, which follows into a construct of a global cause that is accumulating to a paradigm which is reasoned by the same amount of ideas that everyone agrees upon. But not necessarily everyone. With everyone, there was a metaphor, I mean everything that perceives the knowledge. So what do I mean with 7 seconds? Well, evolution of knowledge values is time. And that's because the theory that karma is causing knowing something about the nature of things and the nature of knowledge over things in and for and through art. It's the theory. I know it sounds very ridiculous. Like, what has art to do with it? The point is, art is a technology, in a sense. Not really, it's difficult. So the consequence is that time is degenerating the result of evolution from knowledge. What I mean by this is the time dilation of knowing some is its karmic consequence. Like, karmic consequences in the sense that you have actions and so forth is the idea that you personal have a karma, that you as a person have a karma. But what's more important is that the dilation between points of knowing something, which is perceived by your conscious, of course not real time dilation, but maybe, I don't know, is a consequence in itself caused by the nature of knowledge. Each knowledge acts differently on your conscious, simply said. And that's its karmic consequence of the knowledge. And that means 7 seconds on geotruth, therefore, is a sign of further constructive personal power, meaning the cause of ships is winded by wielded wind. I misspelled something there. Cause of ships is winded by wielded wind, or better said, guided. What do I mean with that? It's simple to me, but not so simple to someone who watches this video. It must be thinking I'm totally crazy. Like, not crazy in a good sense. I'm not schizophrenic or something like that. I'm just an idiot. But maybe not. Listen to me. If you view a ship as what guides you through the ocean of knowledge, of the ocean of knowing something, of the ocean of yourself, yes, I mean that way, is like the winds that guide you and your ship. That's why winded is partly correct, but it doesn't matter. The compass, the guidance, the apex stars by the wind, or better said the power, or better said the forth going energy of mind and spirit and constructive thoughts in ideas, is wielding your whole being and what you are, or what you become and what you know about who you are and how you are, and how you come to be, and better said, will be. Last slide with a weird name, Imsam Inu, which means something like implicit cause to me. It's something I just wrote down, but I thought this note is important because it's some idea I have for my own language. So it's weird. Using geo knowledge accumulates to these implicit, meaning im, some severe Inu waves, or better said, Welle. Which means the echo of knowing truth is the result of length from waves to the degree of colliding in Eiskälte, solitude, from free choice. And free in exclamation marks. Not really. In bracket. Oh, word. Gänsefüßchen. Oh, weird. So the brackets, whatever it is. Free choice means, like, yes, it's free choice, but not if you don't perceive it. Like, if you don't perceive it and don't know about it, it's not free. Then it's just choice, and it's totally random how this happens. If it's free choice, the echo of truth is, in fact, truth in the result of the length from the waves to the degree of colliding and solitude. And the waves have something to do not with the ocean, but rather with the constructive structures that cause and enforce in solely knowledge. And there's the degree of colliding in this. Like, that's why there's solitude. Basically, to me, why I did also these slides and the weird language inside it, as I said, it must look totally bad. That these whole ideas of knowledge and how knowledge is used and is using and evolving has something to do with the ways your conscious regards knowledge. And that's why there's solitude. Like, however you regard knowledge in Eiskälte, in Seine at the Seine, par pourquoi ça? It depends on your choice. And for that, you have a whole new global paradigm that shifts and that evolves. Not really. That is and skewing in shielding way your conscious. Yeah. And further I can't explain. Like, I did my best to explain the concept because I think not a lot of people get the concept correctly. This is my best I can do. Like, using all these weird German English slides in interchanging patterns to know this, what I try to present, but it's not provable. It is kind of obvious in a sense that it's evident, sure, but it's not really provable. That has something to do with the perception of these ideas and truths and values and so forth, of works and such each. Have a nice day.